Okay, on today's video, we're going to talk about PPC advertising for lawyers. Here's how to beat all your competitors in your local market or your legal market, or if you're doing a national campaign for something super more specific, more niche, if you will. This information will be your ironclad way to beat all your competition. Get leads at rock bottom rates that are for sure going to be profitable for you to scale up and build your firm off the backs of your PPC advertising for your firm. So I'm going to go through exactly what this process is that we've used for multiple lawyers at this particular stage at our PPC firm, and it is our go-to strategy that we're going to go to first if the lawyer will play ball that we are going to use. It's going to make it the easiest for us to get leads at a cheap rate and doing it on scale. So I'm going to go through specifically what those methods are, also going through with specific examples of specific lawyers where we've done this with in the past, and what type of lead costs we're going to get that we got with those lawyers as well, and what you're going to get with your campaign as well. So getting into the content here, where you could beat your local legal attorney competition head on, you can really work to try to, if you're a criminal lawyer, to target keywords, running ads on Google for, when you're targeting terms like criminal lawyer Dallas or criminal attorney Dallas. You can really work to get those terms to work, and they can actually also be profitable if you follow the techniques that I share on this particular channel, to just the general techniques that always work to beat competition in a local market where you're actually doing more work to, just as, the simple things being you write custom ad copy for every version of every term that people use. You're going to create custom landing pages written by and created by landing page expert to get a higher conversion rate than your competition. But you'll actually spend more time doing that than just niching down. Okay? And when I say niching down, I mean really niching down. If you are a criminal lawyer, that means niching down and targeting people who want a weed lawyer, a 420 lawyer. Or if you're a divorce attorney, targeting women specifically that want to hire a woman attorney that knows how to represent women better than men or specializes in that. Most attorneys, just like in our marketing world, don't want to do this because they think, well, if I frame myself as just a female attorney that helps females, then I'm neglecting the other half of the market. And if I advertise, I don't want just half the market. I want all the market. The reality is you'll get so much market share in addition to what you have from the half that have this specialty or whatnot. It makes up for the other half that you're not even going to go after completely, and then some, times 5 times 10. And, like with the example that I told you about with the criminal defense attorney going after the people that have gotten arrested for marijuana crimes and thereof, there's no reason why you can't say you're a specialist marijuana lawyer and a specialist cocaine lawyer and a specialist heroin lawyer and all this other stuff, because there's no rule saying you can't specialize in multiple areas. So and I'm just telling you up front, you're much better off doing that than going after criminal law, criminal lawyers, stuff like that. Even though, don't get me wrong, I would try to monetize that traffic as well off of Google Ads. But it's actually easier to go after and create special campaigns, special landing pages targeting the person who got arrested for heroin, and particularly when you've had experience representing clients in a heroin case before. Because in my world, that's already enough, even if it was just one case, to say you're a heroin specific specializing lawyer that specializes in heroin cases. To somebody who got arrested for that, you don't realize how much of a difference that makes. Saying that you're a specialized lawyer, because just like in our field, if you say you're a legal marketing professional, everybody wants that. They don't want a general, PPC manager. They want a legal PPC person, even though it doesn't, as it doesn't make, if a good person that's really, really good at what they do doesn't necessarily have to have niche experience to do a good job. The consumer thinks that. And so because of that, and with the results that we've seen, both going general and more niche, you're way better off going niche at the beginning. Pick all that low-hanging fruit because it'll actually take you less time and it'll be more profitable with the time and money that you put into it, going more niche. So, and then obviously with that, if you are a lawyer who just goes after, if you're a personal injury lawyer going after people that, dog bite cases, once you specialize at that level, the other thing that you can do is when anybody's going ahead and looking for information about dog bites on YouTube, on different articles, on Google itself, you can actually interrupt people that aren't even ready to hire a lawyer and convince them to contact you before they're even ready, which opens up even more potential. Because you can wait for people to actually Google, dog bite lawyer. And of course there, you're going to get a very high amount of that business because you're probably going to be the only person in your market who markets themselves as the dog bite lawyer. But then before they even do that, and they're saying, they're asking, what do I do after I got bit by a dog? And you start going after all those people with your offer of, hey, here's a free consultation, which there's, 4 times as much of that activity going on than somebody, or greater than somebody's actually looking for a lawyer outright. You can actually, now you're talking about a lot of potential demand that you can generate. And we're going to go after people that are looking for information about a dog bite on Google, on YouTube, on wherever they are online, because when they actually go to actually hire a dog bite lawyer, you're going to not just get them at 3, 4, 5 times the rate that you would have got them otherwise just saying you're a dog bite specialist, but you're going to get them at 20 times the rate because if they've seen and known and liked you before because they liked your content that you got in front of them with on your ad, which your ad doesn't have to just say, hey, we're a lawyer, contact me, but did you know that if you get bit by a dog, blah, 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 and they've seen that and they like that information before they got to Google and search for a dog bite lawyer, you're going to get them at an extremely high rate at that point in time. So, and it's directly profitable to go after them before they need a lawyer, but then it makes it even more profitable when they actually are going to hire a lawyer because you've gotten in front of them first. That's just familiarity in your marketplace and branding. So anyway, with that said, though, and there's something new, by the way, that's been going on in the world as well, but what was going on in the world for a long time, there's specific marketers that will work with lawyers, and when somebody gets arrested in your local area, let's say for a marijuana crime, there'll be a targeted letter that goes to that person's mailbox that says, hey, I'm John Smith, criminal defense attorney. I've actually represented 3 different people on 3 different marijuana cases like yours, and we're offering you a free consultation. And that will work extremely well, and there's lots of people doing that. When I say lots, it's not commonplace, but there's more than one person doing it out there, and they're cleaning up. As that's now coming online, you could do that with your Google ads. So if somebody got arrested within this particular neighborhood for a marijuana crime, you can actually have a marijuana, a campaign that's going to go just in that specific neighborhood, probably with it only being one person getting arrested for a marijuana crime in the recent past. You can have it, and knowing that a marijuana case is a really fat, nice, juicy case that you'd actually like to get, you can have your ad show up for somebody typing in criminal lawyer and know that the person responding is worth more than the typical criminal case, and then get people that way, if that makes sense. That's a secondary thing that's going on. The main, though, bread and butter that you should be thinking about is actually going after people who have specific, because it works so well, have specific cases and going after them, saying that you're a niche specialist in that area of law, so that when people are looking for a specialized lawyer, you get it. And then when people are looking for information about their specific case, you're going to show up for them. That works extremely well. That's the tried and true model that we're going to try to go with, so that to the point where if a lawyer contacts me and says that they want to promote their criminal law firm, the first thing I'm going to do is ask them if we can frame you as a specific specialist in a certain area and start there, because the cost per lead is going to be 3 to 5 times less in that situation than going after people that are looking at for criminal lawyer, whatever. So with that said, there's 3 different examples, 3 different lawyers I said I was going to go through here of how we niche down and how we were able to make campaigns work and go over the type of results that we were getting, of which I'm going to get into here in the next part of the video. So the first thing was, and I already kind of mentioned these as I went along here, but the first one was for a divorce lawyer. We had framed a female divorce lawyer that would represent women specifically, and they framing them as specializing in helping women in divorce cases, which in a lot of local markets, unless you're talking about a big metropolitan area like LA, NYC, whatever, there's probably no other lawyer doing that in your whole market, and certainly not on Google ads. So what we would do with the ads then is just have them run for female-only searchers. So if they typed in divorce lawyer, it would only show up if they were female. We were saying female divorce lawyer helping women win their cases, and cleaned up, and we're able to get leads way cheaper than what the typical divorce attorney is going to be able to get in a market like that. Cost per lead, in the criminal law space, you're talking about hundreds of dollars per lead. We're getting leads here for $75, $100 per lead because we went to that level of targeting. Okay. Second of all, personal injury lawyer. Okay. Personal injury law is about as competitive as it gets, if not the most competitive legal space. In that particular market, we had framed the lawyer as a car accident specialist, also dog bite lawyer specialist. So if somebody's looking for a car accident attorney, car accident lawyer, whatever, specifically, we have our ad show up on Google search. Where everybody else is paying $200-300 a lead again, we're paying $50 a lead, $75 a lead in that market. The dog bites, it's even less. $30 a lead, $40 a lead, because cases are not quite as big, obviously, but it's so niche, nobody else is doing it, and therefore the person stumbles upon that, like, hey, is there a dog bite lawyer that I can hire? And it shows up right away. So, because the main thing that's going to drive your lead cost down is the conversion rate increase you get. Yes, you're going to get a higher click-through rate on your ad because you have something that says dog bite lawyer, and there's probably not going to be any ads at the top of Google with that. But when they get to your site and you talk about all the dog bite cases that you work, which is exactly what you should do, your conversion rate is going to be 30, 40, 50%. Because why would they go ahead and not contact you at that point in time? They're not going to find any better landing page than that to go to. And like I said, if you're not getting enough cases, well then, all you have to do is just go find other niches to target. And so you can open yourself up to more niches and scale the strategy. And all the leads that you're getting are going to be way cheaper than anybody else in your space is paying for as a result of that. Ultimately, once you've done all that, then you could take all the money that you're making now and go after the personal injury lawyer Dallas, personal injury attorney Dallas, those general searches, and monetize that, given there's more, you're going to need more runway to get that working. And, you might have to run the campaign for 6 months to gather enough data to get that working, to find, because Google's machine learning has to figure out exactly how to run your ad, and to get some reputation with Google to run your ad successfully, it just takes some time on a competitive search like that. But you can take your winnings over here on the niche traffic, apply it over here, and then double the amount of lead volume you can get. Yes, you're going to be paying more per lead still, but they're still cheap enough. With the kind of techniques I talk about on this channel, writing custom ads for every keyword you're targeting, really good design landing pages that are designed well, and also have, that are catered to, like, each area of the city that you're in, to confirm to the user that you cover, that you're somewhat close to their area, so that if you're advertising in LA and they're in Long Beach, you say Long Beach divorce lawyer, not LA divorce lawyer, because it increases your conversion rates. There's simple little things like this that just always apply, that are going to get your lead costs down on the more generic, harder to monetize searches, but they'll still be profitable, but to go after that general traffic that, because ultimately most people, how they think is they're gonna go after the mainstream stuff first because they think they could get rich quick doing that because there's so much action there. The reality is everybody else, all of the other lawyers in your space are going to go there first because that's the obvious place to go. They're not going to be going over here where there's 2% of the business, but they can get the business at 5 times the ROI, that is going after a dog bite search. And then using that, getting your super good return on that 2%, and then going after another sub niche and another sub niche, and then scaling things up that way. Yes, it takes more work, but when it's all scaled up, you're going to have way higher returns than anybody else if you go ahead and do that. We also, like I mentioned before, we went out with a criminal defense lawyer. We had because 420, marijuana cases are so prevalent nowadays. We just went ahead and did that sub niche and did very, very well with it specifically as well. Getting leads for the $75 to $125 range there, which is, if you're in that space, you should know it's pretty good, real good, I should say. And with that, we went ahead and went further with it, like I was saying, not just 420 cases. Because here's the thing, with PPC, the main thing that you're trying to always do is find something that works so you can scale it up. The money is in the scaling part. Well, there's only so many people searching for a marijuana lawyer, a cannabis lawyer, that kind of thing. So you can only scale it up so much. But that learning that you just went through, where you learned that this works as a whole, as an idea, can be parlayed into doing more things like it, targeting cocaine lawyer, heroin lawyer, whatever. And then once you get, if you're in the criminal law space, you should do that with your search campaigns, going after the people looking for lawyers of a certain sub niche like that, or a certain drug type. Given that criminal law, most of the cases are either DUR or drugs. And you could do domestic violence, criminal lawyer as well, obviously. It's pretty good volume there. But once you've done all that, got all the low-hanging fruit, people looking for a lawyer directly that specializes in that stuff, you can now, on YouTube is the best second place to go. People that are looking for what to do when you've been arrested for a marijuana crime or, cocaine or whatever, you have your ad show up there saying, I'm a cocaine specialized lawyer. And that will work really, that we're generating a lot of leads that way for the lawyer that we're working with in the criminal law space. And that's just turnkey results. So yes, it's a lot of work to target somebody who you might only have in your geographic market that you cover 10 searches a month for cocaine lawyer. Well, every single person who types in from now on, when you add that, plus all the people who are looking into information about what to do when you've been arrested for cocaine, you've got all that. You've got people that search for similar things on Google, what to do when arrested for cocaine, and you can have an ad running there to direct them to a educational video on YouTube. We do that often, which the video ad, it's a video ad in disguise that when they read it, once they watch it all, we have a call to action at the end. Say, this information was presented to you by cocaine specialized lawyer in XYZ city. That then directs them onto a landing page on your website. You got that. Of course, you can do the same thing on Microsoft/Bing, run ads for yourself there. You've got also other articles about what to do when arrested for cocaine on the internet, and you can hand pick a list of those sites and make sure your banner ads are running on those sites. So at the end of the day, you can blanket the internet with any place that somebody would look for any information about cocaine and being arrested, and have your similar ads running in all of them, because if it works in one spot, it's going to work in all the others. So you just leverage all the different places you can run an ad. When you combine it all, it makes it worth it to have a dedicated landing page that sells the fact that you worked on 5 different cocaine cases before and you've gotten good results. Therefore, you're the obvious choice for a cocaine-related case in the Denver area if you are going through a legal proceeding having to do with cocaine at the given time. So anyway, the landing page mentioning your case history and experience crushes it. You're going to get 3 to 5 times less per lead than what you're going to get going after the more general terms like personal injury lawyer, criminal lawyer, divorce lawyer, and that even assumes that you're doing that the right way. If you're doing PPC the average way, which most people are going to spend an hour setting up a campaign and then they're done, then it's not going to be 5 times as less. It's going to be 10 to 20 times less cost per lead. So how far do you want to go? How much results do you want? The more work, as I've mentioned many times on this channel before, the more work you put on your campaigns to serve your users' needs, which users have specific needs and specific requests, and the more you recognize and tailor your information and your advertising to them, the lower the lead cost is going to be, the more leads you're going to get. So what level do you want to go to? Do you want to actually make a dedicated landing page for cocaine-related cases? If you do, you're going to get the most results then as a result of that, just because you're the only one in your whole market that did it. And so that when users want that information, they got something that actually helped them out. Versus, like the personal injury law, if you think about that world, no offense to anybody that's doing this or in that world, but what do you see with that? General advertising everywhere. I'm a personal injury lawyer. If you've been in an accident, call me. It's really, really lame. Whereas we're in a world today where there's information out there about every topic. If somebody has gotten in an accident and is paralyzed, and they want to know, like, what is your rights? You should be tailoring content specifically about that, and then running your advertising to those people who want that information in real time. What they normally call in the marketing world information marketing, you can use it to generate leads just as easily as you can try to run an ad for somebody looking to hire a lawyer today. And that's where things are going if you're going to make the big money online, because respectively it's more competitive all the time to run an ad for somebody typing in personal injury law. There's only so much of it there, and how are you going to distinguish yourself from all the other lawyers? There's, and it's a bidding system, so the cost per lead just keeps going up, and up. You could just completely sidestep that whole game altogether and just go after these niche sub-niches, different case types, and not have any competition. So once you get done targeting all these sub-niches in your area of law, regardless of what law area you're in, you can just use that to get into another niche and another niche. And it's overwhelming for people to, set up a landing page or a sales funnel, if you will, for each area of law that they're in, because how long will that take? Really, that's not practical. No, it is practical, because the money you make on just one niche is going to be so great. You'll be excited to do all the other niches, roll in the money you make from one into the next, and to the next, and to the next, and to the next, and make so much money at it that you could easily pay somebody to roll all this out for you. And then go into the mainstream stuff that's a lot more time consuming and expensive to get rolling. Well, you're already making so much money that it can run at a loss for 6 months. You dump 30 grand into it, but when it works for the next 5-10 years, going after the generalized terms like personal injury lawyer, divorce lawyer, like I was talking about before. So anyway, with that said, hopefully that makes a lot of sense. The future is in niching down, not going after the general terms that everybody in your space that has more money than they know what to do with are bidding up higher and higher the cost per click in your market. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, usually within 24 hours time. I'll use my 15 years of ad experience to try to put you on the right track with what you're doing. And you can ask me any question either about legal, PPC, or anything else to do with running ads for your business. I'm more than happy to try to answer your questions, just as a thank you for helping the channel grow and watching the channel. So, and with that, by the way, if you are trying to make millions of dollars running ads for your business, this is the premier channel that for you to pay attention to and subscribe to furthermore, because all the information I'm giving to you guys on this channel is coming straight from the source on somebody who spends 40 hours a week doing ad strategy and testing. Not even just ad management, but just focusing on testing, figuring out what works and what doesn't work on the major ad platforms, because that's what we got to do. And we got to guarantee results for our clients that are advertising firm for us to even get paid. So we have to really be on the ball and know what actually works and what we can get results with. Everything I learn about what works, I'm giving to you on this channel on a silver platter. Whereas most people you see on YouTube are full-time YouTubers, or they're selling courses. Their full-time job is just doing this YouTube crap. My job is to work with clients, and I share information about what works and what doesn't work on the side. So big difference there. It's the most relevant information I promise you're going to find, because the people that are selling courses and all that, they don't really run ads. They seem like they do, they don't. It's therefore second, third, fourth hand information that's not any good. So you should subscribe, and you should subscribe already right now. I also, by the way, have a blog that you can also review if you would like to get even more information about the strategies that work that will make you millions of dollars a year running ads for your business. You can find that at guaranteedppc.com/blog. Whereas the channel, the information that you see is fairly high level. The blog has more specific strategies that work that are proven with screenshots, with step-by-step guides. If you like the channel, you're going to love my blog even more. Most people usually do. So you have that as well. Just check that out as well. I also, obviously, as I mentioned on this video a couple times already, I run an advertising agency where we specialize in getting results with online ads for businesses, and of which, though, we do not charge our clients fees until we can get them a certain minimum amount of results on their campaigns up front, in excess of what our fees actually are. So we're actually getting paid out of the profit increase we get the client up front on their campaigns. No other agency out there does anything like that, which should tell you about the quality of the information that we provide on this channel, as well as the results that we provide. If you want to see if we can work together on a contingency basis like this, feel free to reach out to me at my firm at guaranteedppc.com. I'll be happy to give you a free assessment and 8-quarter projection of the results we can get for your campaigns, if there is results there to get. So, and of course, if there's not, we'll tell you up front, hey, we can't get you any results. So, and with that, we're pretty picky about the opportunities, then therefore we're going to take on. But if you want to see if we can potentially work together, you can reach out to me at my firm. Even if you don't want to work with an ad agency per se, we also have ad templates that already work for a number of different markets. In the last 10 years of running Guaranteed PPC, we've worked in over 100 different niche markets, of which if we've worked in your niche market before, you would sidestep all the work and all the money we had to spend to figure out what works in your market and get the finished version of it, what works, in your account right away. And with that, tell you what results we've got in your niche market with the ads, with the landing pages, with the campaign templates that work for your niche market before you ever used it. You can buy those from us for a one-time, reasonably low fee. And there's no situation where you're going to save yourself money not buying our template if we've already gotten results in your niche market already, because it's expensive figuring out what works in your market, period, as you probably already know. So you should check us out and see if we worked in your niche market. We'll be able to tell you what results we've got in your niche market if we worked in your niche market. If you're looking to start another business, best place to start to do that is to take a template from a market we already know gets results, which if you're in a different geographic area operating, you can easily use the template that we use for a client in market A, in market B. You get the same results there. We've had people use our e-commerce templates to sell product that our client sells in one country and in another country that the client's never going to operate in, and have turnkey results in that other country, sourcing that same product from China that our client also gets from China, which you could also do. It's like having a business on training wheels. We also got people using these templates to do lead generation businesses, where you could literally turn the campaigns on, generate leads at a low cost right away, and sell those leads to other people in that business, in that area of business, which is a great passive income business idea, by the way. And I know several people doing that with our templates already. So if you're interested in any of those other opportunities, you can also reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. With that said, I'll wrap everything up with that. I hope to see you on my next video. See you later.